It's the Children's Christmas Parade, benefiting Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Live from Peachtree Street.
No, it is the season. Now, he is the most curious monkey on earth and loved by children of all ages. It is Curious George, loved by me for sure. And my son and I watch it almost every day. More than 6 decades ago, Curious George first met the man in the yellow hat. Their adventures have been read and enjoyed by families around the world. Curious George in a Corvette coming up. I like that. The Curious George books were created by the husband and wife team of Margaret and Hans Augusto Ray. Back in 2006, Curious George hit the big screen. Now, in that movie, the man in the yellow hat was played by actor, do you know? Will Ferrell.
Curious George always gets in trouble.
Always gets in trouble.
A little concerned about Curious George.
Always gets out of it in the best possible way.
That's so true. And learns a lesson along the way. A longtime corporate partner of the Children's.
And right now, he's one of the coolest cats around. It is Pete, the cat, cruising down Peachtree Street right now. And children around the country love reading about Pete's adventures. The creator of Pete the Cat, Eric Litwin, along with James and Kimberly Dean, live right here in Georgia. And the first Pete the Cat children's book, The Misadventures of Pete the Cat, was published in 2008. And since then, Pete the Cat series has won numerous awards and has topped the New York Times bestseller list. Pete, you are one cool cat. And joining us now, the reigning Miss Georgia, Maggie Bridges. Now, Maggie is a senior at Georgia Tech, majoring in business and pre-pharmacy. At the same time, she's working to encourage people to become volunteers. And you'll see why coming up in just a second. Maggie says giving her time to serve others has brought more joy into her life than any other activity. And she's given over, okay, get this, 800 hours of volunteer service to many causes, and Maggie will now go on to represent Georgia at the Miss America. Now, next in the parade, he's one of the country's most well-known mascots. You know who he is. Geico Insurance presents the Gecko. The lizard first appeared in commercials in 1999. And did you know the company's name, Geico, was often mispronounced Gecko, and that's how the popular lizard was created.
Oh.
Also, the first Geico commercials were voiced by award-winning actor Kelsey Grammer. I did not know that. I have to go back and look at that now. Now, Gecko has been voted America's favorite advertising icon. You see the Geico Gecko all the time on your screen. He loves meeting folks and travels around the country, spreading the good news about Geico Insurance, and always seems to have a good time doing it, too.
And today he's spreading good holiday cheer. Some families right there. I see Rudolph.
Anything.
And work together to accomplish anything. It's about teamwork, too, on Bob the Builder.
Now, joining us now, Paddington Bear. This beloved character from the long-running children's book has been around since 1958. Still looking good. Now, the man who created Paddington Bear is Michael Bond. He came up with the idea for the lovable bear while working as a cameraman for the BBC network. Paddington books and the TV show continue to be enjoyed by millions of children, and soon they'll be able to see Paddington on the big screen. The movie is scheduled to be released next month.
And Paddington has it all going on with that great coat and the hat. Perfect for today's weather.
Dressed for the occasion. Look at those two.
Aren't they adorable?
That's adorable right there, wrapped in your screen.
That was a Christmas card photo right there. Coming up next here for volunteering, such a great cause. They do it so well. Did
you hear the applause there? Like a room without a roof. And from the Atlanta Ballet, we want to welcome performers from the classic, Christmas classic ballet, The Nutcracker. It is the Maria and Uncle Drosselmeyer. The character of Uncle Drosselmeyer is being played by Drew Thomas, a master illusionist, and Alyssa Rogers plays Maria. And joining them are other ballet performers. The enchanting and beloved Nutcracker has been performed by the Atlanta Ballet Company for nearly 55 years.
An artistic Christmas tradition. So glad to have them with us today as they wave to the crowd. And we're going to stay on that Nutcracker.
in New York City. The Bulldogs have also received superior ratings at numerous band festivals and competitions.
It takes years of practice to pull together those kind of performances. Oh,
Hey!
great to introduce this next rider from our Channel 2 family. It's Liz Arts, riding with her children, 8-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Morgan. Liz is a great reporter. She joined WSB in 2012, came to us from our sister station in Orlando, Florida. Liz has spent years covering stories all over the Southeast. She's won a number of Associated Press awards. Liz is a native of Littleton, Colorado, and we're so glad to have her in the Channel 2 family. And her kids look adorable, waving to the crowd right there. Good to see the whole family.
You know, this must be so much fun, almost a little bit overwhelming, too.
Maybe a little bit.
When you look out and see that sea of people. But a lot of the kids, they have the Santa hats there. And as we look down, getting to ride on top of a convertible Corvette, not a bad way to spend a Saturday morning. And they look adorable.
Her daughter's looking around.
That always amazes me that they could do that. Oh, and from Atlanta-based Coca-Cola, one of the company's most enduring icons, the Coca-Cola Polar Bear. And did you know the first polar bear print ads appeared in France? And now, for more than 70 years, Coke fans around the world have enjoyed watching the furry, always thirsty Arctic creatures. Coca-Cola is also part of a multi-million-dollar effort to save the icy region where polar bears live. Coca-Cola is the world's largest beverage company, serving all kinds of drinks since 1886.
And the world of Coke is my son's favorite destination in Atlanta. I wonder who's coming down Peachtree Street next. We've been waiting all morning to see them. The couple of the hour, Santa and Mrs. Claus. There they are. Hello.
Could it be now? It is Christmas. We are so happy they took time from their super busy schedules to join us this morning. And what a beautiful Christmas float they are riding on, guided by, of course, Rudolph. Of course, doing double duty and performing along the float, the Southern Bells as well. This is what people have been waiting for. Everybody waving and saying hi to Santa and Mrs. Claus. And I bet Santa is already making his list and checking it twice, and you can be sure he will double check that list. We have just as many adults excited to see Santa as you do the kids out there as well. Everybody waving.
And you can see Rudolph right there. Oh, what a fantastic way to kick off the holiday season. I want to thank you so much for joining us for the Children's Christmas Parade, benefiting Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.